All right, guys, welcome. Good morning. Hope you guys are doing well. Excuse the slight delay, guys. It's actually my wife's birthday today. It's her birthday today, so she's just turning 30. So I'll be coming onto the live for a little bit just to share with you guys because I want to, but we were kind of talking together a little bit. So either way, welcome everyone. I see a couple people that have joined in. We got De La Garina, we got Josias, we got JMX, we got Alzaz, we've got Chad, we got Mason. Thanks guys for coming in to support. I appreciate you guys, man. So let's just get started, guys. Let's not waste any time. I'm just gonna share it to our free Telegram group, and then we're good to go. Let me know anything you guys are looking at, any specific pairs or whatever, and then that way we can kind of go over it together. I gotta order a new cable, so it's not my mics, it's actually the cable that's giving some issues. I'm just gonna share this through here on our free Telegram group. There we go. Okay. Great. So let's just get started, guys. Let's look at the real live markets, see if there's any potential opportunities. If we look at GJ here, let's start off on the 4 hour. Let's just wait and see kind of what the higher time frames are indicating to us. It seems like we got a second break to the downside here. So to me at this point, GJ is bearish at this point. I'm not looking for any buys. We've officially kind of confirmed here on the 4 hour time frame that we are bearish. We actually have a couple breaks. We have one break here, chat. You can see it right here. We have a second break right here, and then we have a third break right here. So we have officially started a bearish trend to the downside. So now what I would say is, kind of just marking off my 4 hour high, 4 hour low. Anything really in between here is just potential retracement, and we could look for continuation back down. Okay. So let me just kind of go back here. So we know that the 4 hour, we're looking for sells here on GJ. Let's take a look at it from the 4 hour. Actually, let's go up to the daily first though. The daily, I always like to look just in case. Yeah. So there we go. So we could anticipate, like I said, that we may even come down to these lows here, or even tap into this OB right over here, right? So this is kind of a zone that I'm definitely anticipating price to kind of gradually come in and then maybe continue its move up. Okay. And again, this is on the daily time frame, just to give us a perspective of like long term what we can anticipate. So let's now go down to the 1 hour. We know we're potentially looking for sells here, chat. Geez, one sec. Okay, there we go. So knowing that the 4 hour is bearish, knowing that the 1 hour is also technically bearish here on the 1 hour too. So let's kind of point out here some zones here. We've got this, which is the 2 a.m. 1 hour order block, 1 a.m. 1 hour order block, and then let's go down to the 50 and see kind of what other thing we can look at here. So as of right now, even here on the 15-minute time frame, we can see that the market has been slightly pulling back here. We had 730 push back down. Yeah, I mean, the market has tapped into this order block already, which is a 1 hour OB. I could also see here that the market's tapping into this 15-minute OB right over here, chat. Okay. Now let's just go down to the 5 and see what we're looking at overall. Okay, so even if I flip this over, just to give you guys an idea, so if we were to look at it from here, because I like to look at it from a buy perspective. I don't know why I have better like a better eye for buys. It's kind of weird, I guess. It's not weird actually. It's actually like a statistic. Like traders typically can see better on a certain direction. So some people are better at selling, some people are better at buying in terms of visually seeing things, right? So what I like to do is I like to flip the invert the charts just to have a better understanding of what I'm looking at. It just gives me a lot more clarity. Okay, so yeah, so like I said, we've got the order blocks here set up. So 5 minute, we've got order block, 5 minute order block. We've got a 15 and I believe a 1 hour. So like I said, with our analysis, like I said, from top down, everything is looking like sells for me. Could we grab more liquidity? Possibly, that could be a possibility, but everything's looking pretty decent for sells here for GJ. Okay, like our entire analysis is looking good for sells. Chica, every experience is a learning opportunity. 100%. 100%. That's for sure. We got Chad. Could potentially bounce off the Feb 2022 discount zone. Probably, my man. I don't look at it that way, but yeah, probably. I wouldn't be surprised, yeah. I know that we just from looking at it, it looks like it's definitely probably going to give us a push down. Just everything looks good for sells, to be honest. But yeah, but let's see what happens though. We also have this 5 minute OB right here. All right, so now basically I'm just waiting for the market to give us a break, probably within this zone here, or if it creates a new level, we should see it sell off. Yeah. Just to see here, I want to see what we'd be looking at if we were to look for positions here. Like, let's say, if anything, I would do like a 20 pip stop just to give it some room. Let's go up to the 15 here, chat, just to see. We'd aim for like a 1 to 2, which would be about 41 pips. Yeah, that's kind of what I'd be looking at there, chat. Yeah, we've got the 1 minute here. Let's go down to the 5 here. We got this level here. Let's see what happens. We've still got 2 minutes left. Welcome to all the new members as well, guys. If it's your first time joining us here, guys, remember we're live twice every single day. So welcome to all of the newest family members. Guys, we've got 22 members here live with us. Let's get it to 22, chat. Let's go. Yeah, we just reached 7,000, which is crazy. Let's see what happens with this closure, guys. Chat, we've got members here live with us. Let's get it to 25 likes. And welcome to everyone that's just joining the family. Maybe it's your first time. Come say hi in the chat. So this one closed really nice and strong, which is nice. At this point, I don't know what's gonna give us an entry at this point, but it's dropping nicely. That's fine. I'm not here to rush into it. Just let it do its thing. Sometimes you'll catch it, sometimes you won't. For the most part, it will create a top wick. So just let it do its thing. Let it do its thing. Let's see what happens. We got my man D Drizza. Let's go. Saw that you caught some nice trades. Can't use MT5 in US anymore, so I'm waiting for the prop firm accounts. Platform to switch to a new platform, but still here to learn in the meantime. That's amazing. No, that's good, bro. That's like, you know, you gotta wait. You gotta wait and patiently wait for things to happen. Change is part of life. We just have to learn to adapt. So hopefully DX trade is a better option. I mean, MT5 you can't really top that, but I mean, hopefully DX trade can improve themselves in terms of offering a better platform option. C Trader's okay. It's very similar to MT5. It's similar-ish, but I mean, personally, nothing tops MT4 and MT5. Yeah, that's just my opinion, though. But we have to work with what we have, right, guys? Like sometimes it's gonna work for the better. Sometimes it won't, right? So you just have to learn to adapt, guys. We've got 27 members here live with us. Let's get it to 27 likes, chat. Let's get it to 27 likes. Okay, so we'll leave this here for now. Let's see what happens. It's just probably just doing a retest here. If we go down to the 15, everything overall is looking pretty good. We are respecting this 15-minute order block, 1 hour order block. Everything's looking pretty good. Yeah. So we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens here. We'll let the trade do what it has to do, and then let's move on to gold, because I think gold's my next kind of where we're at with gold, and see what opportunities we have. And then I'll be answering some questions because I see a couple comments there. And yeah. Okay, guys, give me 1 second, all right? Just give me 1 second here. All right, guys. So let's take a look at gold and see what's happening here with gold. If we look at the 1 hour here overall, we did get that huge closure above gold. Gold's been a bit unstable, so I don't really want to mess around with gold right now, because even on the daily time frame, we can see even gold's been kind of a lot of wicks, a lot of indecision here, chat. So I'm not really liking the indecisionness, the instability of the market. So basically what we want to see with gold here, we are at this daily OB, okay? So we're still within this zone. We haven't been able to break either above or below it. So this indecision to me just brings me, it just doesn't give me the confidence to decide, you know, if we're looking for buys or sells at this point. However, if we get, let's say, this daily closure above these wick highs, then at least that's more confirmed that, you know what, that's the new direction it wants to go. And then we can start looking for confident buys. But if we don't get that break above, then at that point, guys, I just sit on the sidelines with gold. Just because right now, if we were to just analyze the markets as a whole, we can clearly see that we're still stuck in this range, right? So that's something that we just have to be mindful. But yeah. Let's look at GU. What's going on here with GU? GU seems like we finally got a break. Not a break, but we finally got a push down here to the downside, which is good. I mean, we're getting a reaction here, chat, from the daily. We can see this daily order block right here. You know, we are kind of respecting this zone here as well. If we were to go down to the 4 hour, we'd have a little bit more of a clear understanding what we're looking at here on the 4 hour time frame. We can see that we've got one final push break to the downside. If we were to get, for example, GU to actually pull back here, chat, and then give us a push down, then at this point, that would be a second break. Then we're actually looking for continuation to the downside, confirming its overall bearish direction. That's kind of what I'm anticipating for price. But yeah. Short term, it's probably just going to push up here. 1 second. Do you guys have any questions for me, guys? Any other questions you may have? Let me know in the chat. Welcome to everyone that's new as well. All the new family members that are maybe just joining us for the first time. Welcome to the family, guys. We're at 21 likes, guys. Let's get it to 20. We've got 31 members. Let's get it to 30 likes. My gosh, I can't speak today, guys. It's my wife's birthday, so I'm a little bit distracted. Is this a liquidity grab? Yes, everything is liquidity grab right now, guys, to be honest. Even with GJ here, too. We've got GJ kind of retracing here. We always have to be aware, guys. Liquidity is just how the market moves. So if we just look at this from this perspective right now, if you were looking at entering something like this, I would adjust the stop loss probably around 30 pips or so, just to give it some room. Liquidity is probably just being taken, but everything indicates bearish sentiment. And sometimes the market will grab liquidity a second time, which is fine. At that point, we would need the market to give us some sort of a break to the upside. sorry, downside. I always look at it invertedly, which is funny, but for it to then give us a continuation back down. So we just gotta wait, essentially, just let it play out. That's why I said, like, it's good to just be patient too, because we have, if we go back up to the 1 hour, okay, we have to understand that the higher time frames are more significant too. So if we look at this, let me just put this on the side here. If we look at this from this perspective, right, we see, what do we have here? We have one break of structure here, and we have two breaks of structure here. This is just the 1 hour alone, right? And if I put this here, yes, we've got the wick right here. So technically the break was actually here, okay? Because, you know, we would have to confidently break below this this wick here, which we have, which is this body closure right here, okay? So we have two breaks to the downside back to back, indicating to me as a trader that we're bearish, okay? Indicating to me that we're looking for sells, right? Now, in this retracement is where, you know, the market tends to grab more liquidity. Typically, sometimes it just goes straight down. But for the most part, it really just depends on market conditions. Sometimes we'll have to take a higher liquidity, so maybe like a 1 hour liquidity grab, which is, I think, what's happening right now. We are taking out this liquidity here, this resting liquidity at the top. Let's see what type of liquidity it will be. Would it be a sweep of liquidity? Maybe. I don't know. That we don't know, depending on how this 1 hour candle closes. Will really determine it, right? I think it could be a sweep of liquidity if we got 28 minutes left for this candle to close. So, you know, if it does close, you know, below this area here, it was just a sweep of liquidity, which is fine. And then there's a higher probability it's probably going to continue to go down further for GJ. But the fact that we have the higher time frames in our favor here, that's really good, especially also on the 4 hour. Like I said, there's multiple breaks on the 1 hour to the downside, multiple breaks on the 4 hour to the downside. So at this point, it's just letting the market do what it has to do. Or at this point, also just understanding that you have to manage your risk overall, right? So at this point, that's how I like to look at the markets in this case, right? So, yeah. So let's continue on. Let's look at USD JPY in the meantime, guys. Okay. USD JPY. It's been a bit, quite the challenge here with anything US dollar, anything gold right now. Just like a lot of instability, right? So markets haven't really been, like, the US dollar has been bearish, but, you know, gold has been struggling to push up. Gold is at a major daily supply zone. We're anticipating gold to give us a push back up potentially. Fundamentally, everything's lining up for buys. You know what I mean? So it's just like these things indicate, you know, give us quite an indicator as where price could go. But, you know, also we need to always keep our eye out as, like, what's the bigger picture? Okay, you know what? We're at a daily OB here on the 1 hour. Are we actually going to respect this daily order block, right? It looks massive. Doesn't matter if it looks massive, guys. It's just understanding where we are in the market, right? And what has happened in the past when the market reaches these levels, right? And so all these things will actually, like, determine what we could potentially look at for price. So, you know, if we finally break above here, could we start seeing maybe gold give us a push back down? Or are we finally going to actually break to the downside here for the US dollar and start looking to gold to push new highs, right? So it's just, it all really depends relatively what the market is trying to tell us, right? Okay, we got my man Luce here. JMax, all right, incredible explanation, bro. Awesome, bro. As long as you understand it and you're getting some value out of it, that's all that matters, my man. Okay, so let's just take a look at here for GBP NZD here from my man Luis. All right, bro, let's take a look at this. What's going on? What's happening here? NZD, I think I had it here at the bottom. Let me just check, because again, these are pairs I don't typically trade, so let me just see what's happened. So you said you were GBP NZD sells, so let's take a look at it, my man. So we're coming to this daily OB here essentially. 4 hours looking quite bullish. I wouldn't be selling it, guys, because it's still too bullish. Like I said, like on the daily time frame, we are tapping into this kind of area of resistance. but we could anticipate the market to either give us one or two things. Either give us a break to the downside, right, in respecting this downwards momentum, okay, or wait for the market to actually break above, close below, create a higher low, and then start looking to push up higher, right? So this is why I tell you guys, I'm like, don't just because the market's close to this resistance area or this order block or whatever, if there's an order block there on the 4 hour, don't just start looking for sells. You know what I mean? You have to know what you're looking at and why you're looking at it, right? Just because we don't know how the market's going to react to these zones yet, right? We have to see what the market wants to do, and it'll tell us, right? So that's one of the things that's really important, chat. So right now, to be honest, it's looking quite bullish. We have now not two breaks, but we have one break to the upside here. We've actually got two breaks here, actually. No, one break. Yeah, one break. So it really depends. We'll have to wait and see. And this is the daily time frame. But on the 4 hour, we have multiple breaks to the upside. So on the 4 hour here, we're bullish, right? So what do I mean by bullish? Well, you can see we have one break here. We have another break here. We have another break here. We have another break here. We have multiple areas, guys. Multiple areas where the market was so bullish, right? So as of right now, it's not telling me sells. I would be looking just for buys, just for buys, just for buys. If we go down to the 1 hour, everything is just indicating just bullishness. Like even the 1 hour is bullish here. It went bearish for a little bit, but the 1 hour even here, we might close here. If we close above, it's still bullish. So that's the only thing. Just be very, very careful right now because the market is just, yeah, like you just gotta, yeah, just always look at the 4 hour, the daily. That'll give you a bit of a better picture as to what you're looking at, right? It'll definitely give you a clearer picture as to what you're looking at overall. So yeah, let me know in the chat. Are you guys understanding that so far? Let me know in the chat. Chica, dealing with so many distractions right now. Any advice, please? Put it all in God's hands, Chica. That's the best advice I could give you. God is the only one that's given me the strength to keep moving forward. He's the only one that's helped me wake up, give me purpose, give me strength. Just reach out to him and trust me, you'll find him. Just seek him first and you'll find him. Trust me. He'll bring you peace. God will give you peace. But you just have to seek him. Not religiously. I'm not talking religiously. I'm talking about just literally just saying like, you know, God, like I feel this way. If you're real, talk to me. You know what I mean? Or, you know, reveal yourself. You know what I mean? Reach out to him and he'll reveal himself. Trust me. But yeah. That's my best advice. There's nothing. Like, man's created so many things. Pills won't help. Nothing will help. Distractions are temporary. So if, like, you go out to do something to distract yourself, it's temporary. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that. You can. But I would say if you've got a lot going on, just try and just put it all in his hands, right? Just seek out to him and be like, listen, I need help. I can't do this on my own, right? No worries, no worries. Gib, FX, understood. Awesome. Summit, what about EU? I think EU has bearish movement. Let's take a look at EU, my man. Let's take a look at it. And then we'll take a look at NZD CAD in a second, my man. It's just like these pairs I don't typically look at, especially during this time. Like, it's just not really worth it, but we'll take a look at it for you in a sec, okay? Okay, so let's look at the daily time frame. So what are we looking at here for Euro USD? So if we look at Euro USD chat, we can see that Euro USD overall in the daily time frame is showing us that there's a daily OB here that gave us a nice break, which we're kind of hanging around this zone here right now. So we tried to break above, but we're still kind of within this daily order block because it gave us this massive break of structure to the downside. So I'll be honest, like at this point, what I would say, let's just go down to the 4 hour and see what the 4 hour is telling us, and then we can kind of determine where we're at. 4 hours is really crucial for me when it comes to my day trading, especially because the 4 hours is kind of like the most relevant, if you know what I mean, in terms of like price action. Because at the end of the day, why am I going to look at the weekly? Why am I going to look at, like, you know what I mean, the monthly, if I'm only just day trading, right? I don't need to focus on the higher time frames like that, right? So okay, so we've technically right now at this point, we've got, what do we've got here? We've got one break to the downside here, one break right there. So a little bit all over the place here, chat. We've only got one break, but technically we're still technically bullish because we only have one break. So the fact that we only have one break, that doesn't indicate that we're bearish. This just indicates to me it's just grabbing a steeper liquidity. Okay. So the fact that it's just grabbing the fact that this here is just a steeper liquidity, we could still look for buys, right? So I'm not looking for sells at this moment. Not looking for sells. I would just say that the market is just doing a steeper liquidity. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if, remember when I say this, the market may retrace a little bit, but then it might start just continuing to push up when a lot of people are going to start looking for sells around here, right? So just keep that in mind. I just want you to be aware of that. Okay. So this is Euro USD, okay? This is, we had one of our members, Summit, ask about it. This is Euro USD. Okay. So like I said, Euro USD right now, to me, it's still bullish. And I know it looks bearish short term right now, but it's still bullish, right? And these are things that, it's just how I look at the markets, right? So at this point, I'm not looking for sells. I would still be looking for potential buys, okay? Okay, so now, all right, guys, give me 1 second here. Okay. So now what are we looking at here overall? So if we look at, for example, Euro USD, and in terms of like kind of the overall sentiment and direction and everything. So Euro USD at this point, like if I'm looking for potential buys here, I like to look at the 1 hour and see, okay, well, you know what? We have a 1 hour order block right here. This is kind of a zone. And then, so we may be looking at potential, if we look at the 15-minute time frame, market may potentially tap into this order block, and then we could see maybe a 1 to 2, but that's about it. I don't see anything else, guys. Nothing else that really interests me. I don't see anything else. I would say wait patiently for it to tap this order block here, and then maybe catch like 30 pips or so, right? But that's about it overall, right? All right, guys, so it's my wife's birthday. I'm going to leave you guys. Not that I don't want to. I genuinely want to stay here with you guys, but it's her birthday. It's her 30th birthday. We're going to be celebrating it big on Saturday. However, I want to be spending time with her right now, just because, yeah, you know what I mean? I want to spend time with her on her birthday, guys, okay? But I figured, you know what? I'm still going to be here with the team and, you know, kind of take a look at the markets quickly and see what opportunities we can see. So I hope you guys are blessed, okay? We'll stay in touch. We'll leave it. I guess I could leave it on the gold chart. It's just not really liking gold right now, to be honest. I'm not liking the overall movement that gold is just doing. Nothing that looks really attractive to me, to be honest. So we'll leave it here for now. If I do have anything, I will update the charts. Let's put it that way. So if I do see any opportunity, I'll let you guys know. But remember, it's best not to force trades, because if we want to focus on the quality setups, right, we don't want to force any trades, right? Okay. Thank you, Chica. Appreciate it. Chad, I'm eating UJ right now. Laugh out loud. That's amazing, bro. Thanks for spending time here regardless. No worries. That's what I'm here for, guys. All right. All right, guys. I'll leave you all. Have a blessed morning. I'll see you guys later today, possibly, all right? I'll let you guys know if anything, if there's any changes, like if we have other plans because it is her birthday. I'll let you guys know through the free Telegram group, okay? If there is any change of plans. But again, if not, I will see you guys later today, tonight, and we'll go from there, right? Okay? All right, guys? All right, guys. God bless you guys. And if you're new, welcome. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure that little bell icon's activated. Also, follow me on Instagram, guys. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss out on what I'm doing. At least that way you know what I'm up to. Okay, guys? All right, guys. God bless you. Bye. Just gonna wait for a couple more people to join in. I know that the views were kind of pulling back here because wifey's not ready yet, so she's just getting ready. So I figured I'd come on here, guys, and stay a little bit more with you guys, all right? Okay, so what are we looking at overall? 1 second here before we actually, I'm just gonna let everyone know here on the. Okay, so what are we looking at here overall, chat? So let's go back to our other gold chart that we had. Let's start fresh together. Let's look at the analysis as to what we could potentially be looking at. Just gonna turn it up there. Okay. Let me know in the chat if you guys are able to hear me well, just making sure, because I'm just using my iMac mic. I'm not using my microphone right now because I have to get the cable either way. But let me know in the comments below if you're able to hear me well. I just want to make sure, guys, that you guys are able to hear me sound and clear. All right, let me just try something here, chat. 1 sec. Okay, so we've got a couple people joining in. Otherwise, I was just gonna start the live stream. It just resets the notification. All right, so let's just kind of look at gold here. Let's go up to the daily time frame. Like I said, the daily is the only thing that's kind of holding me back here. The fact that, you know, we did have that closure above that wick. I do like that. That gives me confidence that, hey, you know what, we are still technically bullish here on the daily. Anything really in between is just kind of like a internal market structure, right? So even looking at it from a 4-hour perspective here, we are still technically looking quite bullish. And so we're gonna take a look at gold. We're gonna take a look at US30, a couple other like Nasdaq as well and stuff. But let's take a look at gold right now, guys. Okay, so gold right now on the 4-hour, there's a couple different breaks that I like that are catching my attention. First break being this one here. We have a beautiful break of structure here. Okay, overall pretty healthy, which is what I like. So I'm just gonna duplicate this here, and let's look at other potential breaks that we saw here on gold. So we saw this also break right here. Okay, obviously it's not back to back in this sense, but that's fine. The market did pull back down, then it came back up. Failed to break up higher, but overall it failed to break any of these lows other than this break right here to the downside. But for the most part, everything is just indicating bullish price action, right? For the most part, even here, guys, like I can continue to duplicate this and look for more opportunities here on gold, but you can literally see that the market just kept printing higher highs and higher lows. This was just a steeper retracement. Honestly, it's just a grab of liquidity. This pullback here was a grab of liquidity. This was internal structure. So you know, everything is just indicating overall buys, right? So knowing that this is the case and that knowing that this is just internal structure, this doesn't worry me, right? To me, it's just internal structure at this point, right? So let's go down to the 1 hour and see what we could potentially see here. Knowing that that's the case, let me go down to the 1 hour here and let's look for 1 hour OB. So we had a beautiful impulse to the upside. Well, we were anticipating gold to go up. Funny enough, it's now giving us a retracement, which it is what it is. We have this order block right over here, chat. Okay, this is a 1 hour order block. Could it come down to that low? Potentially. I'm not saying it will, but there's a probability that gold may come down to that low. Let's see here. What do we got for? What do we got here for? Let's see the 15-minute. There's like a 15-minute order block right here. It's not the biggest, or most noticeable, but that's fine. It's still an order block, chat. We'll count this in, okay? Now let's look at here on the 5. So we've got, so far as of right now, we've got, technically speaking, only one break here to the downside so far, chat. Okay, we'll take a look at CAD JPY, my man, in like 2 seconds, all right? I just want to look at US30 as well, and then we'll look at CAD JPY for you, okay? So right now, chat, all I really see here is we've got one break here, one break of structure here to the downside. It's overall pretty bullish, I'm not gonna lie. And then we have a higher low here. I mean, if we body close below here, then we would have officially 2 breaks, indicating that it's in a bearish trend. But as of right now, no indication that it's in a bearish trend. And this is the 5-minute time frame, right? So at this point, yeah, at this point, that's the only thing I would say. We have this 5-minute OB here. Again, like I said, most the market will tap back in, grab some liquidity before it pushes up higher. So that would be just my only thing. I would say everything's looking good for buys. Yeah, I would just be very, very careful. Very careful as to what I'm seeing here. Unless we get an impulse here form and then we now have the order block formed, right? We have to wait and see what happens. Chat, we're almost at 30 likes, chat. Let's get it to 30 likes. Okay, so now it's taking liquidity here, guys. But let's wait and see what happens. Let's wait and see what happens here. See if it closes below or not. I don't think it will, but let's see what happens. But yeah, overall bias looking good. Gold buys. Let's look at US30. See what's happening here on US30 chat, and then we'll break down CAD JPY as well. Daily, just to kind of have a better idea as to where we're at. Seems here on the daily, we were close to tapping into this order block, so I do think it could still come back down lower. Depends on how the 4 hour is. So the 4 hour here, chat, we are in a clear downwards trend. So overall, just still looking for potential sells. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. So yeah, everything's looking for potential sells here still for US30. So let's look at it from the 1 hour perspective here, chat. And by the way, welcome to everyone that's new here, guys. Like, right, if it's your first time here, like, don't be shy. Comment in the chat. We're live twice a day, every single day. So yeah, like I said, don't be shy. Make yourself at home, guys. All right. If you guys are curious, like what prop firm I'm using or what broker I have or interested in my VIP, the link is in the video description below for all of that, guys. And if you have any questions, just reach out, no problem at all. Okay, so I would say that this is a nice order block. We had an impulse to the downside here, which gave us that nice push. Let's go down to the 15 minutes. We also have this 15-minute OB right here. So this is good. Let's see what else. What do we have? I guess this was 9:30, yeah, 9:45. Okay, let's go down to the 5. Let's see what's going on here. So on the 5 so far, what we have is we have essentially just one break here to the upside here. We have tapped into our order block. Maybe looking at potential sells here, chat. Definitely looking pretty good. I just got to be patient, though. We have to be very, very patient. All right, so now let's take a look at CAD JPY here. For one of our members was asking about CAD JPY. Let's take a look at CAD JPY here, man. So if we look at it from the daily perspective, CAD JPY, you know, how do I explain this? CAD JPY essentially on the daily, it's still, this to me is just liquidity. Until we don't break below these lows here, or we create 2 breaks to the downside, we're still bullish, guys. I'm not looking for any sells. Once we go to the 4 hour here at this point here, this is now that we have multiple breaks to the downside. Now I do think we might get a steeper pullback here. So we just got to be careful because we do have this 4 hour OB here. So you have to understand that most likely we're at the bottom end of this move, right? And so what I mean by this is that we're technically at the bottom end of the move, which means that most likely, yes, the 4 hour has been bearish. We have been creating these lower lows. However, we haven't really actually broken above, right? And not only that, we're also at this 4 hour order block, which means could this downwards momentum start dying off potentially? And that's what I think is happening, to be honest. I do think that this downward momentum may be coming to an end. So that's kind of what I'm looking at overall, you know, for price. And yeah, just we're gonna have to wait and see what happens here overall, chat. So knowing that, for example, price is stalling out at this area, I would be very, very cautious, and I would personally want to see how the 4 hour closes. If we get a break of structure to the highs, okay, what I would like to see is if the market gives us a break of structure to the highs, wait for it to grab its liquidity, and then we can maybe start looking for a structure, right? If we don't get that, then we are probably looking for price to continue to go down. However, I'd like to see a closure well below this 4-hour order block. If we don't get a full candle closure below this order block, I'm not looking to enter. That would be the only thing I just like as a reminder, guys, okay? Yeah. You guys are very quiet today. What's going on? Let's look at gold here. So again, that's with CAD JPY, but I wouldn't be looking at CAD JPY right now. So like I said, that's kind of what I see. Let's look at the 5 here. So we took liquidity there. Like I said, the only thing I would say here, chat, is if we were to, because we have this higher low, we technically closed below, So we closed below that wick. So we had technically 2 breaks at this point. So technically what I would personally like to see is at least if the market could come up, let's see closure well above the wick high here. Wait for the market to grab some liquidity, and then we could look for a potential push to the upside for buys. And again, this would be for gold here, chat. So this would be a much more comfortable potential entry, you know, targeting these highs, which would literally kind of go exactly to what I have my target here, 25 pip stop. And looking at a potential 50 pip target here, which would be 1 to 2. Yeah, so this is kind of what I would this is what I'd be looking at, chat. Right? So I'd be looking at let's see what the market gives us here. So we got a nice break above. I like that. I would have preferred it above the wick, this wick here. But technically this was a higher, lower high, so it still counts. It still counts. I just would say, let's wait for the market to give me a liquidity grab from this low and see what happens. If it's going to give us that opportunity. We don't know, but let's just see if it does give us that opportunity. And then this could be, like I said, this could be a decent setup here. You know, overall target would definitely be these highs up here. But yeah, this is what I'm talking about. It's looking pretty good. Let's look at US30 here, chat. US30 again, just giving us some nice bearish movement overall. Overall bearish, short-term bullish. That's kind of the sentiment right now. So letting the market do what it has to do here. 4 hours bearish. I just feel like you don't want to be selling at the lows. You know what I mean? So that's the only thing I would say. Yeah. That's the only thing I would say here. Let it grab its liquidity. Let it do what it has to do. And then just patiently wait. All right, guys, so it is pulling back, grabbing more liquidity. We'll let it do what it has to do. We'll call it a day for now. I might come on quickly, just do like a Q&A. I was thinking of just trying something different. So I might just do a thing, but from my phone and see how it is. Kind of go from there, guys, all right?